Video is for volume of composite 3D shapes. Let's see if we can get it to straighten out. All right, so when you're finding the volume of these compound shapes, when you've got two different 3D shapes, what you want to do is identify the shapes that make up the composite figure and their formula. So in this one, we've got a cone, and that's the top one. And the bottom one is a cylinder. And so the area of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. And then the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. And so you're going to substitute your information into the formulas. And then for this one, we're just going to add them together because that's all we're doing is we're combining the shapes. And when we combine, we add. So for the cone, we've got 1/3 pi. And then the radius of the cone is 5. And the height is 13. And then for the cylinder, same thing, we've got a radius of 5, and we've got a height of 2. And so when you stick this into your calculator, you can type it just like that, parentheses and everything. And get your answer. So in this one, let's round to the hundredths place. So we would get 497.42. All right, so in this one, we've got a cone and we've got a hemisphere. So the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h, and then the hemisphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, but then we have to divide the entire thing by 2. All right, so we're going to substitute in our information. And we've got 4/3 pi radius, and then we got to divide all of that by 2. Okay, so So 4/3 pi radius cubed, and then that'll divide it by 2 for me. So again, if we round to the hundredths, we would get 301.59. So these are 3D shapes, but these are coming from word problems. So the first one says a soda can has a diameter of 3 inches and a height of 5 inches. What is the total volume of a dozen sodas? So a soda can is shaped like a cylinder, and it says it's got a diameter of 3, and then it's got a height of 5. So I've got a cylinder, and the formula is pi r squared h. And so you substitute in the given information and you double check to see if there are any trick words. So in this one, we've got a trick word of a dozen. And so what that means is I don't need to find the volume of 1 can, I need to find the volume of 12 cans. So I would do pi, and then I have the diameter here. So remember, to find the radius, I have to divide the diameter by 2. And at the very end, I've got to come back and multiply by 12. Ooh, not 10. And so does it tell, it doesn't give me something to round to, so we'll do hundredths again. So it would be 424.12. That would be our volume of 12 cans. All right, the next one says a tennis ball has a diameter of 3 inches. A sleeve of tennis ball has 4 tennis balls in the container. What's the total volume of the sleeve? So tennis balls are round. They're going to be spheres. And our formula there is 4/3 pi r cubed. Now again, they're giving me the diameter, so I need to divide that by 2 to get the radius. And then I'm also dealing with 4 tennis balls, so I'm going to have to multiply by 4 here. And we would get 56.55 as our volume. All right, and the last one, an ice cream cone has a radius of 1 inch and a height of 4 inches. What is the volume of 2 dozen? So if we're talking about ice cream cones, we're dealing with cones. And that's 1/3 pi r squared h. And so let's look at tricky words here. We want 2 dozen. So 2 dozen would be 24 cones. So my radius is 1, my height is 4, and then I got to multiply by 24. And I would get 100.53, and that would be my volume. So that's it for this video.